Mr. Franchitti, we're obviously sad to lose a friend of ours. One of the great things about folks like you who've known Justin forever, I'm sure you have some fun tales that maybe not everybody's heard.
There's probably a few. There's not many I can probably actually tell. Justin was the silent assassin of nights out. You would be having, a quiet night somewhere, and then they got this glint in his eye, and the next thing you knew, it was Tuesday. That happened a couple of times. One that sticks in my mind, we were at Motegi. I can't even remember which year, but Justin and I decided we weren't going to Tokyo doing the usual madness with most of the grid where we ended up in a shot bar. We said, no, we're going to stay at the hotel. We've got a race next week. We're going to stay at the hotel, be careful, blah, 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 have a quiet night. Anyway, we ended up there with a couple of buddies. We had dinner, and it very quickly spiraled out of control. And if you'd ever tried to go drink with Justin Wilson, I never won that battle once. And from trying to be a sensible, quiet night, we ended up lying in the street outside the hotel in Motegi. If there is actually any footage of that, I'd love to see it from the security cameras. But they had these Godzilla characters in reception. We were hugging the characters. It was a wild night, and that one is stuck in my mind for a lot of years. Everybody has this impression of Justin that even is such a lovely guy. He's just the most amazing guy. But when he got it in his head to go on a tear with you, it was fun. And he always seemed fresher in the morning and, ready for breakfast, and you just wanted to die. But I loved those nights out with him. Even my buddies from Scotland who are professionals, after the 500, I'd end up going home, and the next day there'd be this tale of, we went out and we stayed out with Justin until a bit later. And I'm just thinking, whoa, and I have to say they're pretty distraught this week on what happened, because on those nights he was an honorary Scotsman.
Yeah, it was obviously 2013. I was his teammate at Dale Coyne. One of the first things I remember is when we're sat in the debrief, his big ass legs, especially with him and Bill Pappas sat there. I was like, where the hell are me and John supposed to put our feet here? That was John Dick, my engineer. But it was a good year then. I learned a lot from the guy. He was a heck of a talent and an even better human being. And I just remember thinking of, Jesus, the guy is so fast. And also if he was, a driver's height, how quick would he be? He was a great guy, and like I said, he'd be thoroughly missed. But I would definitely say out of all the years I've been in motor racing, that was the year that I probably learned the most, was 13, just because he was a heck of a talent. He was always open to sharing stuff all through his experience in Formula One, through Champ Car, through IndyCar, and it's obviously being a fellow Yorkshireman, the Yorkshire Roads will be, like you said, sorely missed.
Justin was, because he was English, he had a great sense of humor, obviously, so we definitely joked around a lot, and just a fantastic human being, obviously. I mean, everyone talks about that now that he's gone. There's just, he's the one guy that you could talk to at any point, any time, no matter what happened on the track. He's just a very good guy. But, when I was driving for KV, Serbia and I used to call him Wild Dog. I know they call him Badass Wilson, but we used to call him Wild Dog because he'd just keep nipping at your tires like a mad dog, and it was so good at following close. It was amazing. In the turbulent air, obviously these cars get affected badly by turbulent air, and man, it's just surreal. The Justin is not here, man. I feel horrible.
I have a funny story, which I've seen was circulating on Twitter recently as well. But we had a little get-together in mid-Ohio a few years ago in qualifying, and it's one of the funniest things because we were both upset, and I remember jumping out of my car and running over to his car to say, "What the hell, man?" And so I'm like standing next to his car, and then he stands up in his seat in his car, and I'm just like, "What?" And I just didn't know what to do. I was like, we laughed about it afterwards, and I went and apologized because, we were just all heated in the moment and stuff, but
There's also some self-preservation in there too.
Exactly. He was just gonna go like, boom, sit back down. But just such a great guy, one of the best guys you'll ever meet, and man, it's just it's unfair.
Yeah, I mean, we miss him. I mean, you know, it almost feels like he's just he's away for the moment, and he's going to come back at any point. And that's it feels that way, even though we were struck with the reality that it was at Pocono. But you know, he was always lighthearted. You know, before the race, we did the driver intros together. We were on the truck together, waving to the fans, and I was cracking on him about his downforce level. Same thing at Iowa. He just took a huge risk. He didn't. That's the type of guy he was, though. He was always open to trying new setups, different things, and he was a real contributor to our team. Prior to the Pocono race, he took a huge lunge at a downforce level that I thought was absolutely insane, and he had a smile about it. He was optimistic about it, and that's what I mean by him being inspirational in many ways. You know, so many people would be closed-minded to that. He had a big smile on his face. Next thing I knew, before the first restart, he was sitting right behind me, and he started, you know, 15 spots back. So, yeah, he's a badass.
You know, there's two that really kind of jump out at me. The first one is it's one of my favorites. It's probably my favorite Justin story, and it's actually a Julia story too. It was the first time I met her. We were at Road America. It was Sunday night after the race. There's a certain establishment in Road America that racing people frequent on a Sunday night.
Starts with letter S, probably.
Starts with an S, ends with Eepkins. I won't say what it is. And you know, at that bar, there's kind of multi levels, right? You can walk up 3 stairs from one sort of area to the next. And I'll never forget, I was sitting there talking to Justin, and Julia walked over, and Justin and I were in the lower area, and Julia was in the taller area, higher area. And up 3-4 steps up, she was almost just about the same size. And seeing them face to face, and Justin kind of had a little sway going on, and I was having to lean against him to hold him up, and they had this little moment. It was really cool. And like I said, it was the first time I met her, and you know, obviously kind of became family after that. And then, you know, I used to live with Stefan. You know, when he first came over, he moved into the house that I was living in, and I would get these constant phone calls and text messages from Justin. How's he doing? How's my boy doing? Has he learned how to use a microwave yet? Has he blown the house up yet? Is the oven on? Can you check the iron? He was always so worried about it.
He hasn't burned the water yet.
Right, exactly. Hasn't burned the water yet. So it was cool. I mean, it was funny, you know, on one side, but on the other side, it was cool to see how much he did care about his little brother, and was always looking out for him. And at the same time, he would ask how I was doing. I mean, I'm not his brother, but, you know, at the same time, when he was there and we were having those conversations, he would make sure I was doing okay. So it's a special guy.